Hi, my name is Alyssa Ridout, and I am presenting the rebuttal. It's true that Leibniz and Kant both raise compelling points. Understanding universal concepts like time, space, and math can be tricky. These become easier to sit with when we think of them as God gifted ideas. Leibniz would lead us to believe that knowledge we gained during our lifetime was predetermined before our births, that truths such as mathematics and identity were instilled upon us by God, with our senses only awakening these innate ideas that come from a realm beyond our ability to observe empirically. He claimed that no ideas can come from experience because how could something material, like our perception of senses, cause an idea that is non material, like an intangible thought? Additionally, Kant would argue a very similar point, saying that substance and causality are innate, not learned. He claimed that categories of thought, or innate attributes of the mind, were what explained our subjective experiences. He asserts that without these, we would be unable to grasp the experience of time and space. Regarding Leibniz, his idea that no idea comes from experience is deeply flawed. A newborn baby does not form an idea of color, such as red or green, without first being taught about colors. There is no innate knowledge waiting to be awakened within an infant of what red or green is. We develop an understanding of color by experiencing it over and over until it becomes part of our conscious processing. Secondly, if all knowledge is innate and waiting to be awakened, how do we explain the differences in culture, religion, and knowledge in general throughout history? The knowledge each person gains is contingent on where and how we are raised. Not because an all powerful creator has bestowed upon us a universal experience we must dig up for ourselves. In terms of Kant's perspective, it is true that the mind categorizes information, but it does this through repetition, creating patterns of experience. Once the mind has created a category, we can then begin to passively log sensory information into different categories. Also, causality is not a concept that we have within us at birth. Causality is something that we come to understand through experience. For instance, a child putting his hand in a fire does not already have the innate idea that putting their hand in the fire will cause pain. The child learns that by being burned by the flames. It is after the sensory experience that the causal relationship between fire and pain can be made, not before. In short, both Leibniz and Kant overestimate the role of innate ideas and downplay the role of human experience. If ideas were truly innate, the differences in culture and language and the progress of scientific discovery would be impossible. Knowledge is gained through the experience of our senses and not because it is predetermined before birth.